Oh my God! Naririnig ko yung 12% VAT on Steam games. So obvious, pati ang mga online games. Yeah, it's a bit sad, na parang it's already too late kasi it's already been signed by the president. So it means that it went through a Senate or the House of Representatives na they both agreed to sign it. So, and then of course the president already signed it. So what else can we do? Parang did they even give us the option to say no to it? No. It's they're doing it for the good of the country. Well, of course, we all know what they want, right? They want more money to facilitate various services for everyone. It's not that different from the various sin tax or excise tax that they're implementing. But I don't know. It's not also the first time that it has been implemented by a country. I think other parts of the globe already has a VAT for digital goods and services. Yo, Yamitaro TV, they had been doing that as well on other countries, 'di ba? Kasi 'di ba, I think after the pandemic, most countries have been quote unquote struggling with inflation. So I think most countries now are even the United States, right? I think they have been, well, besides the trade war, they have been imposing more or cutting back on various government expenses. It's because of the pandemic lockdown. So, and plus they said that the inflation happens, so I guess that's one way of getting money. And there is a big money in the video game industry, so you can add two and two together. And when I saw the news, when I read it, all I was not surprised or shocked. I actually was like, ah, they were able to do this right now. Or about parang finally they did it. Parang wala, parang we don't have any choice. What else can we do? Like, you can't even put most gamers in one room and then lobby against it. Asa naman, di ba? Most of the people will probably say, oh yeah, go tax the gamers. Go tax digital goods. It's good for the country. The average people or the average Filipino will probably say, it's okay. Tax those people who can afford it. But it is what it is. That is all I can say about it. It's sad. It's bad for the pocket or the for us gamers. Pero you know, it doesn't change the fact that it's really heavy for for us gamers. Ishi, just a heads up, Kuku, nagbabuffer ang stream mo bigla-bigla. Is it still buffering? Ayun nga eh. I'm currently kasi streaming at 1080p. I think especially if there are redeems. So I would advise or encourage everyone to not redeem too much. If that's a possibility. If not, well, my stream will just crash, and then maybe on my next stream I will be streaming Atelier Yumi at 720p. But for now I will be yapping since I am already foreseeing it. The stream might crash. But maybe it's not the game's fault. Maybe it's my mid-range gaming laptop and streaming it at the same time with OBS. Pero I have tried playing it off stream. The game is really smooth with low settings and of course Intel XES turned off. Let's continue with the conversation. Yami Taro said Japan, US, and Singapore. I don't know what other countries implemented the VAT on their digital products. The only concern is the country implementing the tax. Well, I think we can all agree that most governments are, I don't know, they're only enriching themselves. Sometimes, most of the times, always. But let's not go deep into politics. Pero it is what it is. Na parang they added a tax just to maybe to curb the inflation and to maybe it's either that or other things will go the prices of other commodities and services will go through the roof. So it is what it is. It wasn't that it is it is the same thing that happened when I think when they first rolled in the tax for employees or for well in employees in general. I think when they first rolled out that the tax should be at around 12%. I remember, if I remember correctly. I don't know. It's been a while. I think nobody likes to be taxed, 'di ba? So OCG ang base ano, ang sa basketball ang investment talaga nila. Nang alin? OCG. Nawala na naman ako. Oo nga eh. 'Di ba? Parang every time na something that may nagpe-play sa screen, uh, it gets affected. And again, as you can see and read if you're watching this on YouTube, sometimes or most of the time I speak in Filipino because most of the people that are in chat right now are fellow Filipinos. So apologies if you're watching this and if you're thinking, hey, I am here for the Atelier Yumi. Why is this guy yapping a lot? I'm just maybe you can skip out through a specific part of the stream where the game is already running. But for now, I'm just talking and engaging with the community here. Ulam aswang, ang major complaint ko over is sana if mag-implement ng taxes sa particular industry, dapat yung tax na yun yung pina-funnel to protect or encourage the local industry to boom. Yeah, video game industry, right? Most of the most gamers here parang aren't that protected or aren't supported by the local government. Can you imagine if like, well, I think there are various Western companies who are already investing on the Philippines. Like I think there was an opening for Ubisoft here in the Philippines, like job applications, but it never went. I don't know. It never come to fruition. I think I heard somebody talking about Ubisoft job openings in the Philippines, but I think mostly it's just customer support. But still, I wish, well, I think if there are parang various businesses from other countries, it's usually is in the realm of yung outsourcing business, more on customer support, more on back office, rather than game development. Can you imagine a AAA Filipino game developer? Although we already have some brilliant Filipino game developers, we have your Until Then, right? That's created by a Filipino developer or a group of developers, Filipino developers. But can you imagine a state-backed AAA game developer like, I don't know, that will put us on the map? Your next Square Enix Philippines. No, not really. It's basically in the US. Like making our own JRPG. You know, Filipinos can be really supportive of each other or cheer on if ever we have something that's popping up, yung Pinoy pride, kumbaga. So imagine if we have a game developer studio that can rival games like Assassin's Creed Shadows in terms of quality, performance, optimization, game features, fun factor, di ba? Parang if only yung kunyari nagkaroon ng funneling ng 12% tax. What if maybe 5% nung tax na nafa-funnel mula doon i-convert nila sa supporting ng game development in the Philippines. Magtayo sila ng game development company na with Marvel rivals, Activision Blizzard. And I think that would be a good investment for the country if ever. Then they can go in the international stock market and then go public, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's too much. Maybe I am too optimistic or I'm looking forward to that kind of future. But it is what it is. A man can only hope. Yami Taro TV, as gamers are the ones getting affected by the tax. Well, if you remember, example, I think they increased the tax on employees before. I think we also had the same sentiments back then, like, why did they increase the tax? It's affecting our overall salary and they didn't even increase our salaries, right? So everyone gets affected every time there is a tax hike or there is a new tax implemented. I think not long ago, there's also a sin tax implemented. There's also luxury tax for vehicle owners. Of course, most vehicle owners have complained that it is costing them so much. But then again, what options do they have? It's already been signed, right? So yeah, it's hard on the pockets, but what can we do? What can we do, really? OCG, may laksa high talaga. What na may laksa? Wait, ano masabi ni OCG? What do you mean may laksa height? Sa basketball ang investment. May laksa height. Ah, na lang natin. Kung esports ang investment sa ibang bansa, PH nasa basketball talaga ang investment pagdating sa sports. Well, let's see in the future if it's still basketball. I don't know. People go or parang investments go where the money is. Ulam aswang, halimbawa, ang nagko-collect ng tax from digital commodities is pinapasok sa mga gaming industries, not gambling, please. Pero at least pwede nang lumaki yung gaming company dito sa Pilipinas, yeah. Or maybe if they want various game companies to have offices here, maybe give them tax incentives. Sure, they will be taxing gamers with a 12% VAT, so maybe they can take that away from multi-billion companies, US, usually Western companies, so that they can open up more jobs here in the country. Again, that will be again for more like outsourcing again. I think most countries or most Western companies are eyeing the Philippines and other Asian countries since our labor costs here are so low. And then we have so much overflowing talent. So it's really ripe for abusing. That's the term there, abusing. They can't even pay us well. So they can't even pay their developers well there. That's why they outsource their services on countries like China, India, the Philippines, Malaysia, India. And of course, since we are all struggling here, we always want good employment, with good coverage. Of course, we will take that offer, even if, let's say, we are not getting the same exact amount of salary like the US people are. It is the reality of life. What can be done? Yep, they should at least create projects pertaining to the industry that is affected by the implemented tax. Yeah, agree. Ayaw ng national government mag-invest sa esports, yun na yun. Well, I don't know. They're not always known for being insightful, forward thinking. That's why later on we have been struggling with the heavy traffic in EDSA. And if they didn't implement some yung parang discipline-centric policies, most public transportation will still be shit. But luckily they did manage to implement some stuff, and now it's the private vehicles who are struggling, so everybody happy. But then again, if they just manage, if the earlier administration, maybe even before everything blew up, had the foresight to do some city planning, like, oh, in the near future roads might get congested, so let's expand more lanes, more overpasses. But no, they simply just, okay, we're good with that road. They don't have the foresight about developing or blooming industries. Yamitaro, wait. Ayaw ng national government. Pansin ko lang kasi na sa Norway, sobrang taas ng taxes or payment sa private transpo. Pero bawing-bawi sa public transpo kasi doon napupunta yung taxes ng private. Yeah. Well, we can only hope, no? Na we reach that point na we finally have a government that's actually good. For them to encourage people still buy games digitally. Exactly. Ang daming indie Filipino game na nagpa-pop up. every once in a while mas lalo na yung horror nakikita ko sa YouTube. Yep. Yung water delivery, I think it's a Filipino or maybe most of their people are Filipinos. I saw water delivery. I think they have the developers of water delivery. I think they will have a new game now on Steam. I think water delivery is already on Steam. Yamitaro. Well, what can we do? It is already been signed by the president. Another king of the pirate wannabe will be spawn left and right coming this June. I really can't blame people for returning to the olden ways, to the golden days. What I am a bit concerned about is they might start also policing or rolling out policies about piracy. I think that is the number one issue here in the Philippines back then, and that's why I think many countries or many Western countries, maybe from US, Japan, and maybe one of the reasons why they don't offer services or yung mga account creation, you don't often see Philippines. You often see Singapore, Taiwan, but you don't see the Philippines there. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad stigma, or that's a stigma. Stigma is already bad, right? So maybe I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's I'm just seeing it. Parang it's the natural progression of things. First, they tax the video game industry. So now, how will they promote spending of digital goods? In order to promote spending of digital goods, they should now focus on curbing piracy. And how will they do that? By legislating a law that would mandate or demand ISPs to report. But then again, that might come into conflict with yung right to privacy of each individual. And that's why the best course of solution, of course, is to not engage in piracy or not download anything illegally. Because if so, Big Brother will be looking at your history. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit dystopian. Bear, thank you for checking in. We're currently having some video game discourse on an Atelier Yumi screen. And look, it looks or it sounds good as well. Godford, naayos na ba yung OBS mo since the new update? I don't know. I've been tweaking some stuff on OBS. I always update my OBS. Example, if there's a new update, my common mistake is I jump into the new update without even thinking na the new update could be unstable. So I'm currently using the latest version of OBS. I don't know if that's the main reason why it usually and often crash a lot. Maybe I should return to an older version of OBS to see, or maybe I should explore some communities or forums that explains that the recent version of OBS is not too good for streamers. But maybe later. Bear, lurking muna ko, Rex, gonna do errands. So thank you, Bear. And do check out si Bear and si Carly Bear. They are Ubisoft partners. We have already been seeing a number of fellow Filipino Twitch streamers who are covering Assassin's Creed Shadows. We already have. I think I saw Gemex is now a Ubisoft partner. Si Pinatibok, diba the name? She's also streaming Assassin's Creed Shadows. So Bear and Carly Bear, I think Premier Avenue will also be streaming that. So do check them all out. Again, it's a small community here in Twitch Philippines. So do give them a support and follow. And if you like what you see on their streams, maybe, and if you are a big fan of Assassin's Creed, it's a no-brainer already. You're going to pick it up no matter what. But if not, you can always just proactively experience the game through their eyes, through their stream, through my stream. Example, if you are mildly curious about Atelier Yumi. Okay, let's continue with reading the chat. Ulam Maswang, ang sakit kasi sa bulsa, mas lalo sa first-time money earner like me. Gulat ako sa kaltas ng government mandatories ko, first pay ko. Welcome to adulthood. Ulam Maswang. And prepare to be disappointed a lot. And eventually, you'll have to eventually accept it. 5 stages of grief. And at the end of it, acceptance. And just just work and earn money, invest. So at least your money will still work for you. It's really hard to live paycheck to paycheck. So you really also need to read about financial security, to equip yourself with financial knowledge. To how can you further make your money work for you? How to make it grow while you also work. So if there's something I can impart with you, start with there. Educate yourself with the various financial literacy media. Ang dami na yan sa YouTube. Daming kamote sa kalsada. Wait, tama eh? Tama lang naman na mataksang private vehicle owners. Sila naman yung rason ng bakit may traffic. Okay. Daming kamote sa kalsada, to be honest. Online gambling, Pogo. Pero kung mga legit online casino na di Chinese, may chance. Let's see. Yo, it's me, Mad. Hello, enjoy the stream. Thank you. It's me, Mad. We're just having some conversation while listening to Atelier Yumi's soundtrack. Later on, I will see if my game will or my stream will not crash. If ever night crashed, that will only cement again the choice to go and downscale my stream to 720p in order to just simply play this game. But of course, if they roll out optimization and patches on the actual release date of the game, that will be well and dandy. Kasi yung mga ganitong games naman, it isn't supposed to be this taxing on the resources, but maybe who knows? Maybe it is developed this way, maybe it's done in Unreal Engine. I don't know. Ulang maswang, paano ganun, sana kasi dapat dinadala dito yung employers, hindi yung kapwa Pilipino natin yung pinapadala doon. Well, things are changing now, right? Before there is a pro for sending people abroad. Of course, they will be receiving salary that is in dollars. Sometimes it's even though it's a substandard or below average than the standard minimum wage in the US or whatever country they are being sent to, it's still higher in comparison if you are working here in the country. So at least that is why people are still working as an OFW. It's because the salary there is still better compared to our native salary here. But then more and more companies from abroad are now going to our country and paying our minimum wage or our local wage. It's because compared to if they hire someone from the Philippines and then work on their country, they will be paying the minimum wage salary for that country. But if they outsource in our country, a third world country with a cheap labor cost, they're saving a lot of money. So give and take, parang would you want to work abroad and get higher pay but get homesick and miss out on significant parang growth and years of your family? Parang will you compromise spending years together with your family over earning money abroad? Or will you be working here locally in an outsourcing company together with your family but earning some minimum wage salary here in the Philippines? So I particularly am more into I would rather stay here than work abroad. Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just my personal philosophy. Kung ganun kasi yung economy, pumapasok ang pera ng foreign country sa bansa natin. Well, there is still that aspect. The outsourcing industry is a good industry here. That's why we have POGOs here. That's why we have various outsourcing companies.